Today I messed up by trying to save a few cents on my electric bill, costing me $4,500. This happened a few months ago. I'm just wrapping up my final billing with insurance, so I now know the damage. I bought a house last year. It's an old house, per Midwest USA standards, with a long, skinny, unfinished basement. The only thing down there is the water heater because it's kinda damp and scary down there. I don't even like to go there during tornadoes. The old owner of the house told me that the light has to stay on because it's connected to the sump pump. I had the light on for about 6 months and then we had a dry spell. I shut the light off, thinking that I would save a little bit on the electric bill and I could just turn it back on if it rained. Cue about a month later, I wake up to my roommate knocking on my door. I opened the door and he says, "Hey, you might want to come look at the basement." I'm like, "Why?" "It's 2 a.m. Why would I possibly want to come look at the basement?" My roommate is an alcoholic and has woken me up in the middle of the night for stupid shit that could have waited, so I was already annoyed. He ever so slowly explains that he went to the bathroom and heard water rushing into the basement, so he checked it out. He then repeated that I need to come see it. I go to look. Oh boy. The basement is almost completely full of water. There is maybe 1.5 feet of air between the surface of the water and the ceiling of the basement. It's steadily rising and only a few steps away from flooding into my home. I rushed to call somebody, anybody. The fire department wouldn't come at first because they thought it was rainwater, but I said I was pretty sure it was a pipe and they came to shut off the water main. A man had to come pump out the water, which took all day. After everything was cleared up, I could see what happened. The rain came in but the sump pump couldn't kick on. The rain got too high and made the water heater shift. The shifting made the water intake pipe break. The broken pipe then flooded the rest of my basement. My insurance claims that the pipe broke due to wear and tear, so they barely covered anything. I'm stuck with about $4,000 that I have to pay all because I wanted to save a few bucks over the period of a year. My water bill was about $500 for the cost of filling my basement up. $2,000 bill to empty the basement out. $2,000 for the plumber to fix the pipe and replace the water heater. I'm just a single mom with a mortgage. All I want to do is save money. Nope. Too long. Didn't read. Shut off the basement light to save on electricity bill, but the switch also runs the sump pump. Rainwater came in and knocked over hot water heater, breaking the water pipe and flooded my basement. Bills are about $4,500. Today I messed up by getting my wife to buy the bird seed. So I've spent the last 20 minutes hyperventilating with laughter, and I promised my wife I wouldn't tell anyone we know because she's a bit humiliated. So this is my way of getting it off my chest. Since lockdown, my wife and I have found a new appreciation of the garden. It isn't big, it isn't pretty. But it's a way to get outside and, given the cabin fever we've experienced, this is a nice form of escapism. We've always had a bird feeder that we topped up periodically. But with us both working from home, we've enjoyed watching the birds come and go. We got blackbirds, starlings, magpies and more pigeons than you could count. After a while we fed them by hand, and now we can even get a few of them to sit on our hand and eat. It's therapeutic in a weird way, and naturally we've named some of them and so on. I really recommend it. Anyway, the wife asks a week ago if she can buy some more bird seed. I said sure, sounds good. I should add my wife isn't from a country that uses the metric system and she's still getting used to it over here. I was in the room whilst she put the order in and, well, maybe when she said, "Ooh, is it okay if I get a fair bit, it's cheaper that way. And do a selection for wild birds, shall I get some of that too?" I didn't do my due diligence. I thought, what the hell, it's not like it goes off. We can stick it in the garage. When she told me how much it was, I was shocked, but I assumed she got a few bits with the order. Again, she is still adjusting to the price of things over here and everything is super expensive to her. So you can probably see where this is going. This morning a delivery arrived. My first clue should have been the size of the van that pulled up outside my house, ready to deliver 4 sacks of 12.5 kilograms of birdseed. The delivery driver, from his safe social distance, erupted with laughter as my mind melted as he pulled sack after sack off his van. My wife was in a Zoom meeting, and when I finally got her attention, revealed there's still more to come that's in transit and will arrive tomorrow. Turns out, for some reason, she thought it was 2.5 kilograms to the pound. I don't know if you can picture the amount of birdseed we have, but I'd say, if we take into account how much is due to arrive tomorrow, I'll expect we have about the size of a small sofa. We have enough birdseed to last our entire lives. We can give it as inheritance after we die. From drowning in birdseed. We've both spent a good part of the last hour crying with laughter amid our sacks. Every time I go into the hallway, I lose my reason a bit. After 6 weeks in lockdown, I really think I might be losing my mind. The best bit, we threw some into the garden and the birds don't want to know. Little bastards. Too long. Didn't read. My wife bought bird seed. She didn't appreciate the nuances of the metric system and bought Pablo Escobar quantitites. The birds don't like it. My house is full of it. I can't.